Hi Moglets, today we're doing an Aino showcase. Of course, before we get started with that, we have to raise her first, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we're done. At least according to my friend Timp, anything beyond this point is a waste of resources. We will also apparently be not raising her talents at all, because the only thing they do is increase her personal damage, which apparently is not that impressive anyway. Her A4 passive also not important because it's just personal damage. Getting that first star was important for modular efficiency though, because her water balls will fire more often and the AoE is bigger. So if you haven't gathered it by now, she is primarily a Hydra applicator. If you can get her up to C6, which we can, she also becomes a pretty solid buffer for the lunar reactions. Might seem kind of weird we are raising Aino before Flynn's, but I think she can be a very good teammate for him, so I wanted to raise her first. I'm honestly not even going to bother having a proper talent overview for her. Essentially all of her talents deal damage and apply Hydro, that's it. The only issue is she'll probably get one shot by everything, so we just have to do her skills and swap off. We may have more of a real showcase level 90 and stuff just to see what kind of damage she can do, but for now I just want to get her usable for Flynn's. Before that, I'd like to tell you about Snowbright Containment Zone. It's a totally unique 3D animation waifu shooter game featuring casual shooting gameplay as well as intimate storylines and interactions with the girls. The swimsuit updates to the game offers the most content they've ever released, including 4 brand new swimsuit outfits, one each for Finny, Ceres, Narita, and Vidya. There's also brand new interactable scenes for Finny, which is the most stunning part of this update. Devs also bring an exclusive AR encounter with Narita and Vidya, and it's free. Join the girls and enjoy the satisfaction of mowing down enemies with the creative gameplay and gorgeous skills to make for exciting battles. The controls are simple, but the gameplay is rich. After the combat, it's time to check out the most immersive dorms. This update has a brand new beach area and a new minigame to play with the girls. There are many other places for you to explore, soaking in the hot springs, giving a massage, or having a drink in the bar. Players can earn resources daily to draw limited SSR characters each update, with 100% chance of getting the featured character. From now on, every update also gifts all players one limited SSR of the current update, making it one of the most F2P friendly games out there, with some of the least FOMO. It's also great for casual play, with daily tasks only taking a minute. New players can get up to 120 free pulls, 3 free outfits, and 3 free SSR characters, including Ceres Freefin, available on October 16th when you log in. The devs are also bringing a brand new prologue story, helping even new players get caught up to enjoy the newest content right away. Download Snowbright Containment Zone free now on PC, iOS, Android, Steam, and Epic. And thanks again to Snowbright for sponsoring this video. Since we're mainly checking out her Hydra application, her build really doesn't matter that much, especially in a Lunar Charge team, because it's only the top 2 of the team that really influence the damage, so assuming we would actually keep her at level 20, I guess ER is going to be the only really important thing, because we do want to, get her burst every rotation. So we'll give her this level 70 sack sword with 25 ER on it. When it comes to the 4-piece artifact set, we are going to go Silken Moon Serenade. Just with Aino and Inefa, for example, we will get the, full 120 party-wide EM, so that's nice. If I were to use her in a Lauma team though, since Lauma already has this set, it would be kind of wasted. Though we could just go back to like Wanderer's Troop Lauma, which I have much better substats on, and then have her hold on to Silken Moon Serenade. So that would be an interesting option as well. I have been farming this domain a lot, so we probably have some decent pieces by now. But I guess if we were to eventually God mode her, then yeah, a flower like this would actually be pretty damn good. I mean, sure, it's been a while since I have raised artifacts with you guys, so we'll see how this goes. We of course got that EM there. And we'll see how the other rolls go. We got a crit rate. I think this will be at least good for Lauma anyway, so sure. 16 got us a crit damage. Pretty balanced substat rolls going on here. And another crit damage. Okay, pretty heavy on the crit damage now. Yeah, I think we'll switch with Lauma because this just has a bunch of EM and ER. I don't have any 4 subs start with ER, so we're gonna try this EM one. Oh, all the way to 20 immediately. 1 into everything except 2 into crit rate. Again, I think this would be better served on Lauma, so we'll just swap them. We have a bit more ER here. We have never gotten an EM goblet. Not one out of all those? I feel like Hydro damage would be a waste at this point, so we'll come back to that. And we've only ever gotten 1 EM circlet, which is currently on Lauma, so sure, we'll go crit rate. Don't got much choice at this point. Oh, 4 into flat HP. Well, we just basically doubled our HP, so that's actually not that bad. This is kind of scuffed. Goblet has to be off piece. I want EM there. And yeah, I think we definitely have to go ER Sands because we didn't get very much from subs, unfortunately. Okay, completely avoided crit rate. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Let's check stats. Well, 230 ER might be overkill, actually. I didn't realize we had that much already. But for the time being, it's fine. Let's check out her Constellations. C1's already pretty solid. A team-wide 80 EM buff. Let's go ahead and grab it. C2 boils down to extra Hydra application, which is good. That's what we want her for, really. 3 talent levels on burst. 10 energy when her skill hits an opponent. Okay, especially at C4, 230 ER is way overkill, I imagine. C5 is elemental skill ups. C6 is a 35% damage boost to Electrocharge, Bloom, and their lunar counterparts, assuming Aino's not your only Nodcry character, else it's only 15%. 35% damage buffs for reaction. Type damage usually isn't that impressive because of how it scales with EM here, but even so, it could be more substantial than I think it is, so I do want to do a before and after. We'll do a few, runs with Aino in the team, look at our reaction damage, get her C6, and see how that changed things. And yeah, we'll just try with my current favorite Lunar Charge team, Xianyu and Verissa, Inef, Aino. I assume Verissa will be the second highest Lunar Charge contributor. Even though she's not built with a ton of EM, we are getting at least 200 from Aino. Well, I've just been kind of running around exploring, so I mean, but sure, like, we can see if we can spot anything on these guys in particular. We do need to do her burst to activate the C6 once we get it, so we should try and get used to doing that. I mean, sure, let's head to this new world boss. We will need his mats anyway. All right, I probably won't do too much with Verissa because I'm just trying to look at the Lunar Charge, but yeah, there was like a 46 in there. 45, 46.4. I think that's a pretty consistent number. That could be Inefa's robot attacks. No problem with Aino's energy recharge, though it is kind of close sometimes, which is surprising. There is quite a lot of chaos happening, so I'll probably just have to slow this down. But I have seen a couple of consistent numbers in here that we can compare to for sure. Yeah, 46,404. That's been a pretty consistent number. Whether that is robot attacks or not doesn't super matter, I guess. We've for sure seen a couple actual Lunar Charge in there as well. But all right, let's go ahead and get her up to C6 there. First run, go ahead and do her burst. Where are you going? Sure. I'm trying to keep the rotation as similar as it has been. 46,404. Wait, that's crazy. Why is it the same exact numbers? Oh, this thing that always trips me up. Nearby active characters. So the 46,404 was definitely Inefa's robot we were seeing because that was not being increased. I'm really not sure it's even worth comparing that because, I don't know, I'm not going to just naturally be on field with Inefa, but just to see the difference, because that was like the only concrete number we actually gathered, we will go back to Inefa now. Oh, wow, 54? Damn, that's actually huge. Wait, we'll do a bit more focus testing now, I guess. The cool thing is, even though we have C6, we can essentially turn it off and on by just not using her burst. So what are we doing without Aino burst? 45,343, just like nothing else. We'll keep her on field for now, just because she needs to be on field for Aino's burst to work. 55, okay, there was a 55 for sure. That is still like a pretty big increase there. It's definitely a more substantial boost than I originally thought. I think when we get around using Flynn's, that'll maybe impact even a bit more, but we will see for that. One thing we haven't focused too deeply on is her Hydra application. So I want to see if I can replace Xingqiu in this team and, still have enough Hydra application. But before I do that, I'll run the team really quick just so you can kind of see the amount of blooms being produced. In some teams, Aino will just straight up objectively be a better Hydra applicator than Xingqiu because his does rely on the active character doing normals, whereas Aino's doesn't. So that's something worth considering as well. But sure, for now, we're going to farm some Flynn's talent books. It is an AoE place, which is nice, but here we go with Xingqiu. We're going to do his 2 E's and then just go to Lauma. Oh no. Okay, that's bad. We couldn't even really see the blooms spawning. Like, that is a lot of blooms, You can see a lot of blooms happening there. I think there will be a limit no matter how good your Hydra application is because of like cooldown. I'm not an expert on that, but I mean, we're just gonna try her. So E and burst, if I can do that real quick. I think we got it. Hold that and do that. I think they're probably all dead again. Oh, this guy escaped. We will do it once more because that was kind of a weird one. Oh my god, dude, that's so annoying. Is her burst still here? The enemies just like don't start attacking until the frame Aino's on field. All right, try this again. Oh no, right, because she died, we have no burst. Well, there we go. She does have so much energy. And again, did not hold E. Still not getting, still not used to that. So, how's her Hydra application? I don't see it anymore. Oh yeah, there it is, up there. Obviously, it's a little hard to see how many blooms we're actually creating because in the Nilou team, they just explode very fast. So an easier way to see that, I guess, would be looking at the enemy we are attacking and seeing if they have a Hydra or Dendro Aura on them. I'm not sure that's like foolproof or anything, but like, If they just permanently have a Dendro icon, that means we probably don't have enough Hydro application, maybe. Basically, for that entire battle, she had the Dendro icon, so I kind of want to go in again with Xingqiu and see if that's any different. So we're going to start normal attacking now, as we do. It's literally pretty much the same story, just constantly has Dendro. I think that's mostly because of Nahida. She has notoriously strong Dendro application. Yeah, even with Xingqiu's like blades hitting, I mean, you could see the Dendro icon blink. So that was like the closest we got to removing it. All right, let's try again here. Like we do have the water balls. Okay, but it does have a radius as well. And the Mirror Maiden just stepped out of that radius. So that is definitely 1 point against Aino for sure, because Xingqiu is just like a thing that follows. We'll wait to do Aino's burst until she does her first teleport there. She teleported again, but thankfully she is still in the area. So can do another E there. It's really hard to tell. I don't think it's as good as Xingqiu's in an ideal scenario where, you know, you have an on-field unit spamming normal attacks in teams without a lot of normal attacks happening naturally, and you still need a Hydra application. Aino is going to be, of course, better for that. But yeah, unless she is capable of some really solid damage later, I would say most of her value is tied in lunar reaction teams if you ever see 6 for the buff here, because not only is it a, you know, solid buff, but as for reactions, we don't have a lot of ways to buff currently. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for now. We'll probably do a God mode after Flynn's, and I guess just focus on, you know, her potential damage output. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to do for now. If you have any thoughts, feel free to drop them in the comments. Leaving a like or subscribing if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.